Okay, CBS News correspondent Shanelle Kaul, she is here with more on all of this, all of what we've learned from Texas so far. And Shanelle, what's the latest from your vantage point? What have you been hearing?
Well, Muga, we're following a really particular thread here in the midst of this really terrible tragedy. We're also hearing some harrowing stories of survival today. Want to take a listen to part of this conversation between our Gail King this morning and two brothers, 9-year-old Braden and 7-year-old Brock. Muga, they were camping at La Junta in Hunt, Texas, about 6 miles from Camp Mystic when the flooding began.
They were saying like cabin 6 was like in the middle of the flood. I was like, that's crazy, because my little brother was in that cabin, and like, I guess, Mom, I keep hearing on the news, the river rose 26 feet, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's basically just flat ground, so imagine just water coming there, and the current is just rushing and rushing, and you have no idea what's going on. So I just imagined it for Brock. To be honest, I was more worried about Brock than myself.
Oh, I love that's what a big brother does. I love hearing that.
Oh.
And yeah, we're hearing so many of these kinds of stories, Mugo, really, really heartbreaking and terrifying moments. Those brothers, I should note, had only been at that camp for 1 day when this happened. So likely those kids, are still in shock about all of this, but thankful to be at home with their mother and reunited. We're also hearing stories, Mugo, of heroism in Texas. Hundreds of people are stepping up to volunteer to assist crews in their search for survivors today and in the days ahead. The volunteers there include military, ex-military members, even local civilians. Here's more on that from 26-year-old Daniel Ramirez.
Best case scenario is we find some folks who are still alive, get them the help that they need, and just send them back to their families for a happy reunion. Best possible ending to this scenario, but we recognize that 3 days out, there's likely a fair amount of folks who unfortunately did not survive as well. But being able to find the remains and perhaps let their families know some clarity on what exactly happened for sure. I know if I was in that situation myself, it would bring me some closure knowing definitively what happened instead of continuously holding out, wondering if the one I love is still out there.
And Mugo, that desperate search, of course, continues this hour. We will continue searching for these small glimmers of hope amidst this terrible tragedy in Texas. For now, back to you.
Shanelle Kaul, thank you so much for that. And reminding us, too, typically when things like this happen, that is when we just see the goodness in humanity. And you can find more information on how to help those affected by these floodings by going to our website at cbsnews.com/help Texas. We'll have more live updates throughout the day.